The following program is a presentation of the Interfaith Broadcasting Commission.
After Julie was killed, the absolute rage and revenge that went through me was gripping.
I couldn't cry, but I couldn't say it. I was just still for a minute like, dang, she's dead.
So then I said 10 child murderers would have to die, and I would have to pull the trigger. And I pulled it 10 times, and I felt really good. It was a delicious feeling, and that's when I realized with horror where I had gone and the kind of anger that I was capable of.
One of the sheriffs took a pistol, put it side of my head, and pulled the trigger. In my mind, I was a dead person.
I thought, how dare they do that? How dare they salute one that their grandfathers had killed?
These people are all on a journey, a path they didn't choose. In this program, we will hear extraordinary stories from ordinary people, families who've had to deal with how to go on with life after experiencing terminal illness, violence, or murder. In our first story, we meet a couple who had to face the most difficult situation any parent could face.
The beauty is that we haven't lost Candace's memory.
Wilma and Cliff Dirksen of Winnipeg, Manitoba, were the parents of 3 active children. Their ordinary life took a terrible turn when the oldest, Candace, was 13.
When Candace left school on November 20th, 1984, she was headed home for supper. The manager of this corner store a few blocks away remembered seeing her that afternoon. But her trail went cold after that. A search committee was formed, and her classmates canvassed the neighborhood with posters.
It was a very cold night. I think the temperature had dipped to around 22, 25 below that night.
Then 7 weeks after Candace went missing, she was found. Her body was in this little used shed in an area that had been searched several times by police and volunteers.
It was sort of a roller coaster day. But I think we were totally unaware of what would happen next until around 10 o'clock that night.
A man knocked on their door.
I recognized the man, but I had no way of placing him, and then realized that when he introduced himself that he was the father of a murdered daughter.
And he came in offering to come in and share with us what lay ahead for us now that we were the parents of a murdered child.
We just were horrified because we realized what our new identity would be.
And he told us about his life and his experience of losing his daughter.
2 hours, in vivid detail, he told us absolutely everything that had happened to him and how it had totally destroyed his life.
He demonstrated and expressed a lot of anger, desire for revenge.
It had ruined his health, his ability to work, his family relationships.
The worst thing, he said, about this whole thing is that it has also destroyed the positive memories of his lost daughter.
And that's when I couldn't take very much more. I just said, is that really what this is going to happen to us?
When Wilma and I went to bed that night, we discussed this.
We had seen the new enemy, and we knew it was different than the first one, the one that Candace had dealt with. And so we resolved that we were going to do it together, we were going to hang in there, we were going to... And we chose the word forgiveness.